Okay, I've got a couple guys from Random Guns here. We're about to do an interview. This will be, I think, the fourth corporation interview. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm David WD, CEO of Random Guns.
I'm Thermoris, Director of Random Guns.
And Darth-Carbonite, yet another director.
Alright. Okay, so let's just go right into it. Let's talk about the formation of your corp, as I seem to always like to do. When it was formed, why it was formed, how it was formed.
We formed Random Guns, actually, believe it or not, about a year and 9 months ago. A few of us started in Gamers for Christ, and we kind of broke off, and one of our buddies started Tribal Warfare. He was one of the crazies of Dust, Tango Dust, if anybody remembers him. Got on one day and he had disbanded the corp, so we all decided to band together about a year and 9 months ago. And the 6 or 7 that started it are still here. And that's Random Guns.
Okay, so a year and 9 months ago, I can't say that I've known your corp that long. Like, did something happen at some point where you guys got bigger? Like, I'm not trying to say you were a bad corp for a while, but
We were bad.
you know what I'm saying. There was a time when your name wasn't known, then all of a sudden your name was known by everybody. And how did that come about?
Well, we were in Galactic. What was it? Therm, the Alliance, first Alliance we joined. Starfleet, something. It was some big base.
Star Empire or something.
Yeah, some big base, Eve Corp or something, and we got a few recruits, but we were always small and kind of picky on who we got, who joined. We were more of a tight-knit family type. And then when they broke up, we got a hold of Rise of Legion, and they were kind enough to let us join, and we told them we only have 5 or 6 PC-ready guys. And next thing you know, KQ, like you said, they were helping us fill some battles. I think Darth and Therm were some of the first ringers we had.
Yep.
And we just kept growing, and next thing you know, when we really blew up was a few months ago, whenever we finally put a thread on the forum, Busty. We recruited, I can't tell you how many guys. He got a guy named Banjo who brought 7 people from Beta with him. So then we started getting more active in PC, and then being that we've played with Therm for so long, his corp was starting to dwindle down with Death Dealers, and they came over, helped us. Hellraisers came over. So we kind of merged, and then we got Abandoned Privilege. So it really helped us put together a great PC team, and a team that is a factor now in PC. And the reason we started that whole thing is I remember having a conversation with me and Cuse. I think we had it out one day about ringing, and it became that I felt we were becoming a burden to the Alliance, and I didn't want to be a New Age empire where everybody said all they do is bring ringers. So that's what started the whole recruitment and the blow up, because I didn't want to become a burden. I wanted to be something that the Alliance would be like, yeah, Random Guns, yeah, they can hold their own.
You want to be a big corp. I mean, it's a dream, isn't it?
Yeah. And that's sort of what the smaller guys and the smaller corporations that joined Guns, saw. They played with Guns. Well, I mean, speaking for myself, I played with Guns for several months, and I was never disappointed by them. Win, loss, didn't matter. They always were positive and were maybe the best group I've ever played PC with. Not in terms of just, how good they are, but how enjoyable they are to play with. And, that's pretty appealing.
Now skill is always a factor. I mean, don't get me wrong there, but you know, just sometimes the win can be determined on how well you mesh with your team. You know, you can have 16 great players versus 16 okay players, but if those 16 okay players work together, you know, really well, then maybe they're gonna win. And that seems like what you guys have got going at this point. Like you said, you've merged a bunch of corps together, and it seems to have resulted pretty well. I mean, you're one of the top PC teams at this point, and yeah, you guys have gotten really far. Just out of curiosity, when did you join Brothel?
I'd probably say 5-6 months ago, somewhere in that range.
It was about May, around May.
Was it May? Oh, has it been that long? Okay.
Around, yeah, it's been a while. Around
We came
May
with
of
that.
2014.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of stick to my script here. What I have for my main question. When you first formed the actual corp, you know, random guns, not, but before everyone started merge. So I suppose this is mostly gonna apply to you, David. Like who are those original guys? You were talking there were like 5 main like PC guys, or I don't know how many active you actually had. Like who would you say were the founding members of the corp?
It was myself, Random 1628 was I think one of the best savers in the game. He was one of them. Tommy, which I work with, good friend of mine. Set 2 Stater 1. Busty was another key member. I'm probably gonna forget one, but yeah, that was us. Michael Vick, which he doesn't play much now. But yeah, that was about the 5 or 6 months of man-child that we had on.
Now you go into all this. It's pretty impressive, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It about cost me a marriage and some kids and everything else, but we got it. We want. Nah, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you. Anyway, he's a nice
We
guy.
can get dark if you want to. I mean.
Yeah, in a minute though. Let's stick with the fluff, then we'll go dark, then we'll get fluff again. That's how I like to do it. Most important people in your corp at this point, like you can say your whoever have you want to phrase this, your PC team or your directors or just, you know, just however you want to put it.
Well, bringing over Therm and Darth has been one of the best things. You know, Therm's a great FC. With me and him together, we usually have 2 FCs out there, which a lot of corps don't have.
Other corps don't have one.
Yeah. and the thing is, I just say to all my random guns that for the past 2 months, they're on, they're active, and I appreciate that the most out of the whole thing. Most of the corp is made up of PC players now. So I'd have to say the whole corp is the way they banded together and play together is the best part of this corp right now.
Yeah, man. Some corps are like that. You know, sometimes it's a couple people, but sometimes it's the entire corp working together to get things done. It's always a lot better when it's everybody. What were your goals when you first started up random? Or let's not say the beginning. Let's say the beginning. When you first formed the corp Random Guns after you said Gamers for Christ, I believe. I mean, did you plan on being a big PC corp? Like, what did you want to do back then?
We wanted to just play pubs, and then we got interested in PC. Made a mistake and attacked Hellstorm whenever they were at the top of their game. Pretty embarrassing. And I think our second mistake was 9 Sand. I mean, back then, you know, we didn't know the timers, we messed up, so we got away from PC, but then we all decided to start getting ringers and playing PCs, and then finally took our first district, although it was about 10 ringers, but we started feeling the hunger for PC. And then we finally took our first district and held it. They took away passive ISK. The day we was eligible, but originally we just wanted to play the game and be a tight-knit family. That was our goal, but it's changed since then.
Yeah, back in the day, that's kind of how I was before. The first couple corps I went through, they were just small groups. Like, I had no interest in PC back then. You know, I probably wasn't even good enough to play PC. One of those corps I was actually in with Carbonite over here, Dust. Do you remember that?
Small little European corps.
Got oh god.
Fond memories.
It was good times though. Humble beginnings. Yeah, now we're here. Well, since you mentioned it, I'm just gonna stray a bit here. Nyan Sand districts, holding a lot of districts, that topic, and let's do the topic of locking and farming.
Okay.
Lay it on me.
Which one you want me to start with?
Let's start with Nyan Sand since you deliberately said Nyan Sand.
Well, I mean, we've never had a problem with Nyan. I think the only time we ever had a problem was with Kappa coming over and flipping on our timers, and we woke up and flipped one or two of theirs. But well, we have respect for, you know, the Asian corps and stuff. I don't really have a problem with them. The Nyan Sand, I mean, yeah, they hold a lot of land, but we all know
that's
Titan Phoenix.
What I was trying to get at, not so much the corp, but the more of them holding 20%.
Yeah, I have a feeling, you know, the way some of these people are hitting them in the timers is going to change. Because I know they lost a lot of members, but...
I think it'd be a bigger deal if more people wanted to be in PC, but since there's not a lot of people wanting to get into PC, it's not such a big ordeal, and people aren't worrying about it as much. So
there's not enough. There's not a big enough reward for PC right now for people to want to. If there was,
especially on those
you'd
timers,
see people come back. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've probably talked about this in most of my other interviews. Just, you know, hopefully those PC changes coming in, you know, next month or two, or something good.
Yeah, at this point, it's just the fights that you're looking forward to. It's not nothing really else. And when you're new and just trying to get into it, you're not going to have very good fights unless you're using ringers or just exceptionally lucky. So breaking in is a task.
It always has.
Yeah. Which is one thing to appreciate about Dust.
Learning curve is. Anyways, that's a good one. So locking and farming. Anything to say on that?
Well, I'll just start by going back and clarifying. Since evidently we're at war with Titans of Phoenix, and I had no clue according to the forums, I wasn't a big forum person till about a month ago, and I don't troll like this soda guy. But I will tell you, you know, hearing them say that they're giving these districts away and they're making it known. Yeah, we give districts away too, but we don't tell the world about it. And him saying that they don't have farming corps, that's the biggest lie I've ever heard. Blueberry Inc. I think the CBM took a picture
Those two
tonight.
shall not be named.
Yeah, that was a whole Titans Corp showing up on a farming corp to fight for it, and they lost it. That's one thing you'll get from me is always the truth. I don't have no reason to lie. It's a video game. But yeah, I mean, we've all farmed. It ain't no reason hiding it. But yeah, that's my opinion on farming. You know, I just hate to hear people get on here saying, "Oh, we're not farmers, we're not this," and then blatantly lying when we see their corp right there.
If you haven't farmed, you're not doing PC.
It's not the farming itself, it's just the lies and just the trolling when people try to, I don't know, protect their egos or something. Why do it? It's a game after all.
It is. I don't know. It's a game, so why not? You know, you could say it both ways. It's a game, so I can farm if I feel like it, or it's a game. Why would you? You know,
I mean,
there's a lot of perspectives you can get on it.
Everybody's gonna farm eventually because you're gonna. Every corp is gonna attack that one corp that's just really bad, and it's pretty much a free win. It's like they're no showing. And that's pretty much just like farming. So I mean, everybody's done it. So no sense in just trying to hide it.
Okay, so I think what I want to hear about next is a little bit more about your mergers that you've gone through. I understand that Carbonite came from Abandoned Privilege, and I'm sorry, I did not catch which corp you said you came from Thermoris, but
Death Dealers.
Death Deal. All right. So if you guys want to talk about the mergers, I mean those two, and then whichever other ones are relevant at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty simple, really. I mean, well, after a while, I became CEO of Abandoned Privilege, and we've been, or we were, just going along steady with like 5 guys active on any given day. Really low members, as opposed to the old days, mostly pre-Destiny. Destiny hit a lot of corps hard, and Abandoned Privilege was one of those. And when Gunz started getting known in the PC area, I started ringing for him, and like I said earlier, I was really taken with how they did things, and I became friends with their guys. So I gradually introduced my guys to their guys, and they had the same sort of response that I had. So at a certain point, I didn't want to continue struggling with the corp that I had inherited. So I moved everybody over to Gunz, and so far so awesome. It's been great, and now we are stronger, both of us, because of it.
Alright, how about Death Dealers?
Well, Death Dealers been around for a long time, and we kind of started falling off because like our leadership kind of started disappearing. Most of our leadership's from like the beta and alpha days, so they'd been around for a long time, and as most of the other veterans, they just kind of started leaving. So, and I was the only one left to really like take care of everything, and we had a lot of active members, but I just didn't feel like having to rebuild the leadership, because that's one of the hardest parts of building a corp, is finding that leadership. So, and I'd been helping random guns and PC and helping them grow a little bit. So I just figured I'd hop over here and help them some more, as much as I can. That's pretty much just how it's been going so far.
It really lessened the struggle from us. Every day, Darth, Therm, me, signing on, and you look in that corp chat and you're like, oh, man. And, sometimes you're like, I just wish, we could get more people. And when the recruiting started and Therm came and Hellraisers came at one time, most of them are gone. We still have Bless. And Darth came, it just became like a relief. It was like I didn't have to feel like I had to be there every day to do everything to try to build the corp. These guys have been nothing but a blessing to us.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay, I think I'm gonna whip out the fluffiest question I have in my arsenal at the moment. What are the best memories with your corp mates that you can remember?
I think that's to you, David.
That's to all of us.
Yeah.
We've all got memories, whether it be PC or out. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you take it.
Go ahead, Darth.
Okay. There's been plenty of times, just especially before the merge, all the memories of just scrambling to get people into a PC. The jabs during the PC about it'd be really cool if you were part of the family. It just the constant jokes and just general welcome feeling. It's not really one memory, it's just the it's more like the experience you get, especially when everybody comes together and you do that one PC battle, because we're very PC focused. That's just you hit it out of the park, or it's really close.
It's one big long happy memory.
Yeah, I would say.
All right.
Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Okay,
I guess.
Sorry, go ahead. Finish.
I was just gonna say, I guess one of my best memories is, when we first, us 6 just kept playing. It was like, we got in a period where we would just start syncing with different people, and just the mingling in the game is the best part. You know, you can get on here and play the game and talk to a bunch of friends about nothing that even matters. And that's what I like about the game the most, really. Kind of like checking out of the real world for a few hours.
Yeah, man. Friendships of all, you know, just the people on here, the friends, you know, it's always been the biggest thing. It's been the thing that kept me here for sure, you know. If I didn't have the people that I played with all the time, I would have been gone a long time ago.
Yeah, if there wasn't the social ability, this game would be
that's what keeps
kind of nothing. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and sorry if I sound like I'm trying to cut you guys off. You guys are cutting me out.
No.
Just trying to avoid this
Oh, no, you're good.
silences that can come up, you know, if I wait for you guys to finish and then I wait like 3 seconds and then sorry. It's just
Oh, you're doing
avoid
good.
awkward silence. So, let's go over to the current state of PC for a little bit. Like I said, there's probably changes coming soon enough, but what do you guys think? What could be better?
More corps getting in, which is hard, as I said earlier.
It is.
Just like, we want to try to help these new corps get in, but they get beat a couple times so hard that they just kind of quit and don't want to do it again. Because they'll attack the wrong people and they'll just get demolished by, like, say, you guys at Capac or us at certain points. It's just hard for them. It'd just be cool to see if we could get a new corps into PC.
I mean, it comes down for us, you know, because we enjoy the game, we want good fights, and good fights against either old people or new people. I mean, corps you've never heard of are often the best fights because you just don't know what they're bringing, and that's at a really all-time low at this point. I mean, every corp out there, by and large, we've seen before in one form or another. So going forward, the best possible thing for them to do, CCP that is, I would think would be to, you know, make it more accessible, PC that is. And, you know, they've been talking a lot about how they'll make launching attacks more easy or easier, and just incentivizing smaller groups of guys to try to take a foothold out there. And that's probably what they should focus on the most, because without diversity we can't really have entertainment, and that's what we're here for.
I agree.
Yeah, again, like we said before, new players are good, players are hard to come by. So I think we're getting close to the end here. Let's try to kind of wrap it up here. The future of your corp. What do you plan to do from this point on? What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Our future plans and goals is just to stay competitive in PC, continue to grow, and teach new players the game, and keep our values, because we're not the loudest, the mouthiest corp. You'll hardly ever hear us send hate mail, trash talk, anything like that, and that's what I love about this corp. We do our talking on the battlefield. We don't have to go and troll a forum or you know.
We do have a couple of players who will send that.
Yeah, we do.
By and large, you should
every
know
corp. Yeah.
Everybody's got a couple, but the majority
Keeps things interesting.
Yeah, but the majority of us, you know, we try to keep respect to the game and the people we're playing against, and that's how we've always been. So that's my goal for us, is to stay that way.
Yeah. I think that being said, and David is obviously completely right, how we always have respect for the people fighting us, and we hardly ever trash talk. That does not mean that we don't have our own grudges. If you want to, you know, if you want to come at us, you know, come at us. We're ready for it. We don't back down from anything, but we're also not going to start it either. We're some of the nicest people you ever meet around here, but that doesn't mean we're not going to hit you back once or twice.
Yeah, you can ask Murphy's about that one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay,
With mad respect to Roman. Mad
Oh,
respect.
totally.
yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it, unless you think there's anything I overlooked here. Any final things you'd like to say? Let the community know? Any final shoutouts you'd like to give?
I would like to give one to Rise of Legion for giving a small corp chance to get into a great alliance that's been around for a long time, and KQ for helping us. You know, they got out of the way and helped us. We had our arguments with them, but we laughed more than with that. But they've taught us a lot in this game, and I look forward to continuing to work with KQ and having a more of a Dust user attitude for this new 2015. So
All right.
that's what I'd like to say.
And just a shout out to Soda Pop for letting us know that we're at war. I mean, we appreciate the heads up. Without him, we would have no idea.
Sneak attack. Sneak attack? Yeah, there was sneak attack.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's
Elements of surprise and all that. Yeah, I mean, I just want to say that I really respect you guys. You guys have, you know, done, I think, something that very few corps have done, just in the way that you've built up your team, built, you know, broke into PC, and you're the best corps now. It's really impressive.
We appreciate it. I guess we'll find out soon who's better, top or random guns. So.
Alright.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yeah, so this was Random Gun's 4th interview. Darth-Carbonite, David WD, and Togeras? What's it?
Togeras.
We say the same
I
thing.
got it,
first
and
time.
Thermoris Togeras. Alright. And that's